Yeah, I might be off a little bit, but I'm at 143, so I'm roughly at what, 150 for this property. Planning on spending $70,000. So I'll be into it for what? 220. And I'm planning on it going for 290. Right? I got some cushion in there if I'm off on my prices.
Right.
Right? So we got some spread in there. And that's part of that whole thing too, is that spread's gonna cover some of those. And that people get too focused on the individual items. Right? I'm coming up with these general prices for the individual items, but my overall price is gonna be pretty spot on. Right? Now, if you're doing the work yourself, my prices are gonna be higher than what you're gonna end up putting into the property. But I'm telling you, using this system, even if you're not using the calculator itself, but using this system, is gonna keep you accurate. To the point where everybody that argues with me and says you're way off on your numbers and you're too conservative on your numbers will not come and talk to me after the fact because they know that I was right.
I thought you were so full of it in the beginning, and then you kept on doing it and doing it. And I'm like, I'm not admitting it to him at all. You did it again and again. I'm like, okay, I get it. All right. Remember the last house I was at? You're like, you just run by the kitchen and do. You're done in 5 minutes. Oh, so like, there's no way your numbers could be accurate. And then you say your number, and I'm like, that's wrong what I had. How the hell did you do that? And I'm in the house for an hour, and you're there for 5 minutes.
That's exactly right. That's the whole point. Now, that took me, that probably took me 10 years to get to the point where I could do that.
Yeah.
And I've taken what I've learned from everyone else and then systemized it and made a very easy followable system. And that's what I learned my specialty or my niche is I don't come up with new ideas. I've never had a creative thought in my life. Right? Like I'm like the most boring person when it comes to new ideas. But I can take anybody else's ideas and expand on them and make them better and more efficient. That's where I'm really good at. And that's what I've done with all this stuff over the years is I've made it more efficient. And so I've broken it down to, hey, look, just look at like the kitchen. All right, I said how much for the kitchen? $6,000. Now, if you get somebody to come in here and give you a bid on doing that kitchen, and that's all they're gonna do, can they do it for $6,000?
No.
Not in your life. It's gonna cost probably 10 minimum. But I've got buried in all this $10,000 worth of work. It's just not the kitchen. I got the kitchen, I got the flooring, I got the paint, and I got the miscellaneous. All that added together is gonna get us to that $9,000 to $10,000 is what we're gonna actually end up spending in that kitchen. Now a contractor comes through here to do the bid, he's gonna spend 10 to 15 minutes in that kitchen to come up with a $10,000 budget. Then they're gonna come out to this room and spend a couple minutes in this room and give you a budget for this room. And they break it down by the rooms. Whereas I'm breaking it down by the larger overall components, and a lot of the components fit within other items. So you see how we're breaking it out that way? Right, so yeah, I got a $6,000 budget for the kitchen, but that doesn't mean I'm only gonna spend $6,000 in the kitchen. I'm going to spend 9 to 10. But for me to come through and say my formula is $6,000, because now I got the flooring, all right? I got 2,000 square foot in this house. That's why my flooring is at $6,000 or $7,000. That's gonna be all the flooring throughout the whole house. And that doesn't matter whether I'm gonna refinish the hardwood floors, put tile in the kitchen. If I had a carpet anywhere, I'm gonna do carpeting. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. All I know is when I walk in that front door, what are the two things I know instantaneously? Flooring and paint. All right, I've already got my budget. Check, check, move on. I already got those two items for the whole house because I knew what the square footage was before I even walked in. Does that make sense now?
Yeah. And where do you get the app that you're using?
The app, that's the property analyzer tools through MnREIA.
Okay.
In fact, I just did a webinar on it yesterday, and I just uploaded the replay of the video.
Okay, I'll check it out.
So go to the MnREIA, go to dashboard, my dashboard, and then click on the property analyzer tools tab, and there'll be a video there, and that's the demo webinar I just did yesterday.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
The webinar itself is about an hour long, and then there was about an hour of Q&A.
Perfect.